Hi, I'm Krista Winter, a patient navigator. A patient navigator is someone who helps manage a patient's healthcare, a treatment plan, or a stay in a medical facility. Patient navigators are usually trained to help support patients and guide them through healthcare systems. A patient navigator may also help patients communicate with their healthcare providers so they get the information they need to make their decisions about their healthcare. Patient navigators may also help patients set up appointments for doctor visits and medical tests, get financial help, legal help, and social support. The problem that I'm presenting to you today is childhood obesity. According to the CDC, childhood obesity is a serious problem in the United States, putting children and adolescents at risk for poor health. Obesity prevalence among children and adolescents is still too high. For children and adolescents aged 2 to 19 years, the prevalence of obesity is 18.5% and affects about 13.7 million children and adolescents. Obesity was 13.9% among 2 to 5-year-olds, 18.4% among 6 to 11-year-olds, and 20.6% among 12 to 19-year-olds. Childhood obesity is more common among certain populations. Hispanics, 25.8%, and non-Hispanics, Blacks, 22.0%, had higher obesity prevalence than non-Hispanic whites. Non-Hispanic Asians had lower obesity prevalence than non-Hispanic Blacks and Hispanics. Childhood obesity has quickly become one of the most serious health challenges of the 21st century. Among children today, obesity is causing a broad range of health problems that previously weren't seen until adulthood. Childhood obesity is a serious problem in the United States, putting children and adolescents at risk for poor health. Childhood obesity is a serious medical condition that occurs when a child is above a normal weight for his age and height. Main causes for childhood obesity include irregular eating habits, lack of physical activities, and just poor eating choices. There are also several associated effects like cholesterol problems, blood pressure, diabetes, and so on. Research also shows that most of the children's eating behavior in the Western world are unsatisfactory. Obesity affects children from low-income families, mostly. Through a collaboration with the United States Department of Agriculture, CDC uses data from the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, known as WIC. Participants and program characteristics of WIC are used to replace data from the Pediatric Nutrition Surveillance System. For obesity, surveillance on the prevalence of obesity among children ages 2 to 4 from low-income families. Nutrition education is a combination of educational strategies accompanied by environmental support. It is designed to facilitate voluntary adoption of food choices and other food and nutrition-related behavior conducive to health and well-being of children. Nutrition education provides service to support the children. Children's eating behavior is important in terms to children's health. Evidence also indicates that dietary habits acquired in childhood persist through adulthood. In addition to research, it also indicates a role for childhood eating behavior on through adulthood. Obese children tended to belong to families characterized by domineering, overprotective mother, a weak father, and lack of responsiveness, warmth, and support towards the obese child. Later studies also suggested that childhood obesity may be associated with some specific family characteristics, such as family conflict, disorganization, and lack of interest in social and cultural activities and parental neglect. Other studies, however, have failed to support the hypothesis that obese children come from families displaying such dysfunctional traits. Thus, no clear pattern of family dynamics has consistently been associated with obesity. Previous studies examining the role of family and parental factors in childhood obesity have often been limited by small sample sizes and a single measure of family function dysfunction. Most previous studies have assumed that poor family functioning will be associated with inadequate parental monitoring and regulation of child's eating and activity patterns. Every day, nearly 1/3 of the U.S. children aged 4 to 19 eat fast food. which likely packs on about 6 extra pounds per child per year and increases the risk of obesity. The highest levels of fast food consumption were found in youngsters with higher household income levels. The lowest levels were found in youngsters living in the West, rural areas, Hispanics, and those aged 4 to 8. But more than 20% of youngsters in each of these age groups still reported eating fast food on any given day. Junk food can be appealing for a variety of reasons, including convenience, price, and taste. For children who do not always understand the health consequences of their eating habits, junk food may appear especially appetizing. However, regularly consuming fattening junk food can be addictive for children and lead to complications such as obesity, chronic illness, low self-esteem, and even depression, and also affect how they are performing in school and extracurricular activities. Our total approach of child health care can emphasize preventive medicine, proper diet and fitness, as well as checkups and care for illnesses. Together, we can work towards optimum health care for our children, growth and development. Nutrition programs through training and technical assistance for food service, nutrition education for children and their caregivers, and school and community support for healthy eating and physical activity. To help support a change in the childhood obesity problem, I propose a program that would go to local elementary schools that would help teach the children about healthy snacks and a healthier way to prepare them with healthier alternatives. This program would be called a Passport to Healthy Eating. A Passport to Healthy Eating would consist of a chef who would go to the school once a month and set up a cooking demonstration for the children. For example, they could try making a sugar-free pudding. The chef would show the kids how to make the pudding with the sugar-free recipe. The chef would cook the healthy recipe in front of the children. The children would then be given the opportunity to try the healthier snack. The kids would get a food passport in their classrooms, which would be given out before the chef would demonstrate. They would get to decorate the passport and make it their own. They would bring it with them to the demonstration. After that, the child would try the healthier option product. They would get a stamp for trying the product. After the chef visited so many times in that year, if the child tried each of the products, they would get a prize. They could also get the recipes they have tried and take them home from the chef and try it with their parents. By creating the Passport program, hopefully it will lead the child to making healthier eating decisions. They may talk about healthier foods with their parents, and by providing the recipes for the child to take home, it would maybe give them an opportunity to make the recipes with their parents, overall leading to a positive relationship with food and better outcomes and health obesity in the long run. I have represented myself professionally in the role of patient navigation when trying to propose my change in childhood obesity. I have successfully proposed that a change is needed in childhood obesity. I explained the case of childhood obesity to the best of my knowledge. I have discussed the factors of childhood obesity adequately. My solution for childhood obesity would likely be adopted by the stakeholder. I did my best at proposing a fun program for children to get involved with at school to try and teach them about healthier snack options and recipes. And I could have presented this video better. And thank you for watching.